Hello team, this is Key of W with Islands of Insight. It's been a hot minute since I recorded, not sure since when something was last released. Like, you're all checking my schedule anyway. That's just how my life is. Sometimes I'll have weeks where I can't record, other times I'll be able to record 20 episodes in a day. It just depends on my schedule. I'm standing next to puzzles, let's do them. These are the lost grids, of course, so let's just solve. It's just numbers, there's nothing else going on here, it looks like. Well, if this 14 were to move out this way, it could only do 9, so it would have to come out this way at least 5. That's just the minimum. Actually, no, it has to go one more out. But it can't be, this can't be a white square. Because then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This has to move one more, so that has to be a dark cell. Anyway, there's also these easy ones here. That's taken care of. This 7 has to connect. That is guaranteed. What else do we got? This 7 probably is going to come down. We'll see. This can't be... No, this probably could be. Let's see. Looking for an obvious... Well, this 14 can only move 2 more or 3 more spaces into this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It does have to go this far, which means the 7 does go this way, and this cannot be white, because if it was a white cell, these would both be dark cells. 7 have nowhere to go. So that much is taken care of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure which of these it's going to be. The 7's going to connect in here somewhere, but it could be both of these white cells or just one of them. Not entirely sure. This can't be a white cell anymore. Actually, let's look at how far this can go. We've got 10. We could have 1, 2, 3 more here, so this does have to be a white cell. So these are all white cells. Ooh, excuse me. Seems when I press record, I suddenly have to sneeze every time. So what is going to happen in here? We have 11, we'd have 12. This one has to be a light cell. There's no way out of it, because if it's a dark cell, there's not enough space to make 14. But that doesn't mean much else. Like this could be a light cell, or it could be a dark cell. We'd still have enough to go this way. How is the 6 going to fit? The 6 can't occupy either of these 2 spaces, so it has to be these. Or fine, that has to be, okay. That means the rest of this is taken care of. Interesting puzzle. I mean, I love puzzles, I'll do any of them, but it is clear in some cases why these are lost grids, because they're just not as interesting as the other ones. They don't provide as interesting or unique of solutions. Like that last one was fine, but it didn't feel as magical as doing some of the other logic grids, so I guess that's why they got rid of that. I think this can't be a dark cell, because then where's this 3 gonna go? So that is solved. The 8 has to come... it could come through here. We're not totally sure how the A is going to work. That can't go there. So yeah, A is going to come through here for sure. It might be this one as well, but this might be part of the 8. Actually, hold on. 7. No, it can't be. So yeah, we're not even getting something interesting out of the A and the B. The B could go down and around rather than straight through, yeah. Cool. How about you? Tiles remaining. Underclued. Oh, I don't like underclued. Don't make 3 in a row, so it has to be some kind of... There's any way... No, I think this has to be here, which means these have to be, and that has to be. I think we're going to have the same deal here. If this is a dark cell, we'd have 3 in a row. So if it's a light cell, those are dark cells, and that's a dark cell. We're going to have the same issue here, which means those are taken care of. Alright, might as well have made this a full puzzle. Area numbers. Well, if we just... Is there any way to connect the 5s? I don't think so. I think any connection is going to be 6 at least. 7, 5, 5, and 4. This is going to be 21 cells in a 6x5 in a 30. So I can only have 9 dark cells. Interesting. This is the best way to do it. Just kind of had to see that one all at once. Don't make this pattern. Oh, that's an annoying pattern. Connect all dark cells. Yeah. So how do I connect into here? I could do it like this. 3s again. Connect all light cells. But we don't want to mix squares. Why is that going to come in handy? Well, these can't connect to each other. There's got to be a dark cell in there somewhere. If this were... Do I have to guess, or do I start with something that's obvious? Well, okay, I can't make 3 from here. I do have to go at least 1 in this direction. And I have to go at least 1 in that direction and there. But I could keep going. I could have both of those be dark cells. If this were a light cell, that would be a dark cell. But if this is a dark cell, this could still be a dark cell. We don't know. Same with stuff up here. All we know is there's to be at least 1 dark cell in here and in here. This doesn't really have... Like, I know I don't do this, but doesn't mean that either of these is a light cell. One of them is, but I don't know which one. This is the furthest I can go, but it could be this shape, 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 we don't know. Looks like I have to make an educated guess at this point. So what if I did it this way? If I made this the thing, we'd have to connect light cells, so now this already has a bit of exchange, which means now we can't have both of these. If we had this cell here, we'd have to have it there. Yeah, we'd be in trouble. I think we can't. So this would be the case. But now, uniqueness is an issue. So this is not going to be the solution. So I think that has to be it. Well, we could also make this a light cell. Right? No. Actually, if we ever bring this down all the way, we're blocking that off. Yeah, so we can't bring this down all the way. So if this is the case, we have to block both of these, and we have the issue we had before. So I think that's where we're supposed to go with this. Which means that this is a dark cell. I think that's the only thing we can get out of that, which means the light cells have to come through here, and now we have a plan. One of these two, but not both. And it's not clear which one yet, but it does mean we can't extend all the way out in any direction, right? We could extend all the way out this way. What if we just picked this direction? This doesn't seem to tell me too much. Does it? No, we are going to be in trouble here. If I extend here. So I think I have to extend it this way. No, because then we're in trouble there. So maybe it is here? And this can't go through there, so I doubt this. This way would be trouble. This way is trouble. So I think it feels like this is the only direction this can go. This probably the only way we can go here. I think that's it. Interesting. How about this 4-star puzzle? Let's hurt my brain early in the morning. All dark regions of Area 3. Okay. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 7 is 20. We have a 36. So we need 16 more cells, right? 6 by 6 is 36. I have 20 here. Yeah, 16, which is not a multiple of 3, which means we need 1 extra white piece or 4 extra white pieces or something like that. This would make a 3 really nice and easily. Don't know if that is good. Yeah, I think that's not going to be the solution there. If this is a dark cell... This is another possibility. Where else do we go from there? This would be a problem. That has to be a light cell. This is fine. No, it isn't. So it would, in fact, be down here. If this were a dark cell, we'd be in trouble. This could be a dark cell. We'll see. That has to be. This is possible. That is not. Yeah. So I think... I don't think this is it. I think this has to be a light cell up here. Which means definitely a dark cell, one of these two. What if I set us up like this? Oh. Where do I go from here? I'm in guess mode entirely. No, none of that. None of that. What am I doing? Is it possible to make this work? If I make this piece here, I do force... This is where we run into trouble, because this has to be a white piece, which means this makes a dark cell there, and this overloads the 4. So this can't be a white piece here. This would have to be a dark piece. Which would make that a dark piece. Which makes this a light piece. We're in trouble here, because where's the 7 going to extend? We have too many extra pieces. Yeah, we'd have to do this. So we're in trouble. Yep. So I think if we set this up here, we would need this. I feel like this is the worst way to solve this puzzle. If I did this as a light piece, we would be forced into this maneuver. which is bad. It's really close though, but it is bad. So if we did this and we had this as a dark piece, we have to bring these around. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think that's the case either. So what if we have that as a dark cell? Just trying things out, and I feel like that's just the worst way to solve this puzzle. This is so far an okay setup. No, it's not, because we would need a dark cell here. If this one doesn't work out, I don't know what I would do. What other setup can I have of this 3? I've done every arrangement I can. This could be a light cell, but it would force a really strange setup here. But it might work. This might actually work. This would be a problem, I think, because then where would this extend? So I think... no, that's not right either. This would have to go here. This would have to go here. This would have to go there. There we go. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure how I was supposed to solve that aside from just trying a bunch of stuff until I got it. Those can't connect. Connect dark cells exactly one symbol per light area. So this is going to go somewhere. No dark squares. Well, I mean, this is possible. How do I not have a dark square here in this spot? There's got to be a light cell somewhere, so this is where it has to go. This could go here. If this was the case with the 3, what are we going to do with this 5 to avoid a square? White squares are fine. Yeah, no, hold on. This is fine. That's it. Nice. Okay, connect letters, but we don't want 4 in a row of anything. So this is going to be interesting where the B's are. B can't connect to E, we know that much. Can't connect to E. No E and B. E does have to escape. That's gonna... F does not have to escape, but we do know we can't have the E be 4 in a row. B will have to escape through here. E has to come out that way, but who knows what path it will take to get out. B will escape here. Do I know anything else? If this was a dark cell, we would be fine. If this is a light cell, we would also be fine. Alright, what's the next step here? If this was a light cell, that doesn't seem to do anything. If this is a dark cell, though, if this is a dark cell, how does the B escape? That's got to be a light cell. Now, if this is a light cell, we're fine, right? If this is a light cell, we're also fine. We just have to go a slightly different direction. If this is a light cell, though, we'd struggle a bit. But I don't know if that means it's wrong. That means E has to go around the top. There's really no way around it, so E is going to go through here. Which means that's the E. So I think doing this with the B is good. No, it is not. Figure out a different way for this to happen, because, yeah, that's right, E has to come down. This is fine. I think this is what we'll do. Now E's got to come out. Yeah, that's it. How about... Oh, there's some pattern grids down there. But first, this music grid, which hopefully is everything's recording well. You can hear what I do. I heard 5 distinct notes, so that had to be it, just listening to it. So my thought was da 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 da, and I heard a low note under the first one. And since I heard 4 distinct, this was the only way to do that. There was no other way. Anyway. Oh, I was going to go for the pattern grids, not the logic grids. I'm not going to do all of these right now, because I want to also explore the rest of the world. Complete the pattern. Okay. Looks like elbows. So it's going to be an elbow here. And then an elbow there. That it gets started but not finished. Well, it's not going to be like this, but I can test where it would be here. So I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We add these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that just the top? And that's just 5. There we go. Sorry, that's the added 10. Yeah, this is 11 tall. Do I just put these in here? Alright. So you got the L shape here and then 4 more. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have the L shape. I think we have to start it here, the L shape. And then we have to start it here. And then the L shape. No. Yes. And that means over here, we have to start it so that the L is here. Doesn't sound right. Hold on. Shape. Going back. L is here. This looks like we're continuing the pattern correctly. Is that right? So let's start. Let's just make this. So I have this sort of weird shape, and it's moving down in this direction. So moving back up in this direction, from the top of this to the wedge sticking out is just this way, right? That's the L shape wrapping around, and that's coming down. And then there would be one here. Now on this side it means the top is this. That's the L shape here, right? And then we would have this shape. And then from here to there... Oh, I must have just miscalculated one of these sides. It's a weird one. Yeah, let's run into Verdant Glen, why not? Actually, how are we doing on Verdant Glen puzzles? Hey, we've got this solar flare. What's that? What's a solar flare? It's a wing, I think, actually. Solar flare. Okay, sure. I like that. Anyway, about where we are puzzle-wise today. Just looking. Not a lot of sightseers. Not a lot of sentinel stones. Not a lot of these in general. Plenty of hidden stuff to do. Logic grids, of course, are always a lot. Plenty of these. plenty of those. Alright, we'll see if we find any puzzle radars that'll help us out. Here's a maze we haven't done. Always forget to do these because, you know, they look like obstacles, so I just kind of go around them. This way, where is the place I'm going to? Over here. The end. Don't make the square pattern, connect all dark cells. Dark squares I want to avoid. This I think has to be dark. Let's see. This could be light or dark. This is already at 5. Well, that's going to come out. There we go. No squares. Which means that has to be dark. Uh-huh. Is there any way this is a light cell? No, that's a dark cell, which means that's complete. Here. And then we do have to connect there. Cool. I see a light motif over here. But first, I see a logic grid over here. Don't make white squares, connect all light cells. All dark regions have area 4. There you go. This is definitely possible. Connecting light cells does force us out this direction. No squares, please. There we are. Not too bad. Another maze. Maybe I've done this one already. How about this? Have I done this stupid puzzle yet? No, I haven't. Okay, let's move the hole over this direction and then try to get it so... Oh, whatever. Solved because I'm a genius. Have I solved this maze yet? Yes, I have. But I haven't solved this. No dominoes. Actually, just completely like this. All light regions have area 8. Well, that's that. Three, 5. Okay. More logic grids. Lots of logic grids right here. And a ring on top of his head. Okay. All dark regions have area 3. That's that. Okay, easy. Just numbers. All I'm worried about here. That has to be filled there. This... Nothing hidden out back there. Cool. Dark regions of area 5. Light regions of area 5. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Not too bad. Bunch of really easy logic puzzles happening here. That's okay. This is in fact World 1, so I would expect the logic puzzles to be on the easier side. How about you? Let's do one of these. Okay, so this move is going to happen pretty soon. I don't see why I wouldn't just do it first. 6, 7. I gotta break 4 of the turquoise in a row. That's gonna be fun. This doesn't really do anything for me immediately, but I don't see why I wouldn't. Like, doing this is probably fine. Yeah, this is fine. Not too bad. Match 3s are going to be the end of me, that's what it's going to be. Just numbers. Okay. One just kind of solves itself. Okay, here's one. Here's a matchbox. We need to get a good... It's like on the wall here. How do I see it? Do I see it from just right here? Yeah. There's a flow orb I haven't done. And an archway right down here that I see because my eyes are so good. It's the special glasses I got that help me see archway glasses. Okay, what is this? They're just in this pile, but I need to do it all in like, oh my god, okay. So what is the... I start here, and then I jump into this area, and then I completely screw it up. Let's try that again, maybe? We start in this corner. Oh, floaty movement is really not great. That was even worse. Yeah, see, the movement is so bad. It's just not for flow orbs. That's the main thing getting in the way of these being good puzzles, is that the movement is so terrible for this that it makes it really annoying to do. Rather than like, oh, this is a fun little puzzle, this is more like, how do I work around the terribleness of the movement to just get the time I need? Alrighty. I think this is the only one of these guys I'm going to see today. Is that right? No, there's another memory grid I could find. Another ring here. And here. Oh, there's a sentinel stone. I think it's the only sentinel stone today. This spot might be just enough. There we go. I like being able to see it before I even land. Alright. This probably needs to happen immediately. No, it doesn't, because there's 4 of these. I'm a stupid idiot. Now it happens. This has to go, and then that has to go. Where's that? I heard a cube, so it's here somewhere. You know, there's like 1,200 hidden cubes in this game, and I don't think I've found all that many in total. I just don't really find it. Like rings and archways, I found quite a lot of those. But I think there's closer to 2,000 of them, so yeah. Here's a sightseer. That is... I think it's that up there. I think that's what we're looking at. Do you want to be this close to it, or I've got to be further back? I think I've got to be further back. Alright, I've been wandering around this area for about half an hour. I should probably move on soon. Oh, I see those matchboxes. I don't want to spend my entire day in Verdant Glen. I would like to go to other places. there's also a memory grid inside the Temple of Infinite Rings. So that's the last one of the day. There we go. Wow, I actually got that one immediately. Hey, is that the puzzle radar? Yeah. There's still so many puzzles, though, that this isn't exactly going to be helpful. But hey, it will let me find some of these. And it only lasts for a really short time. I want to use it to find things that I might not find otherwise. Hidden objects would be good. These are also fine to find. Damn it. By the time I get this, I will have run out of this puzzle radar. There's a ring up here I wouldn't have caught before. There's something down here. Hidden cube, I think. Nice. There we go. Hey, that's pretty neat. Ooh, look at that. Glow orbs right here. And a match 3 I can do. These 4 have to go together. These 4 have to go together. So let's start with this piece. I think this one's just going to solve itself. What do you say, boys? It's another one where they're all close together, but I hate it. Gotta do that again. Ah! What if I started at the top? Because that's the thing that really slows me down. Unless, of course, I miss a piece here. Come on! You get stuck on a piece and you actually, like, get stuck on it forever. Yeah, see, like, I hit this and then I get stuck. I don't bounce off of it. Oh, come on. Yeah, and, like, I don't know if we all remember how upgrades work in this game, but, like, they make puzzles give you more points if you solve them a certain way. If we go into the, not here, we go into this menu, I think it's in the upgrades here, with the memory grids. Yeah, glimpsing 5 times or less, not glimpsing after starting to edit, and glimpsing only once. These are ridiculous bonuses, I think, for solving memory grids, because memory grids are designed after the 1 pip difficulty. Unless you are insane with your memory abilities, this will never, ever happen. And I think whoever designed this upgrade just doesn't understand how these challenges work. It's never going to happen. So it's an upgrade you're never going to get. You are never going to see that 20% bonus. Just not going to happen. That's looking at this pond from somewhere over here, I think. Or maybe looking at it from this end? Wait, what archway are we seeing here? Are we seeing this archway? Hold on. That is... No, this... It looks like it's just through... Yeah, this way. Okay, there we go. Don't make squares connect all light cells. Well, that's gotta go. Dark regions of area 4. Great. Well, that's gotta be light. Any others? Connect all light cells means it does have to come out. These can't all be dark, so this has to be a light cell as well. In fact, one of these 2 has to be a light cell. Can this be a dark cell? No, because where's it going to connect to? That's a light cell. That can't be. If this was a dark cell... Actually, can this be a dark... Is it possible for both of these? Yes. Any other tips and tricks here? Any of these? Because light cells can go through here or through here. Actually, what if this was a dark cell? This would be fine, but it's also possible for this to be a light cell. Really nothing I can get from that. Same way this is a dark cell? No, that's a light cell. No squares. There we go. This could be a dark cell just fine. This cannot be a dark cell, because all 4 directions are off, so it's a light cell. This could be... No, this can't be a dark cell either. That's got to be a light cell. Can this be a dark cell? No, where's it going to connect to? That's light. That can't be dark. That's got to be light. No squares means we do have to have this. This could be dark. It could be light. Actually, if this is light, what happens? Yeah, we're in trouble. So that's dark. That's dark. No squares means we have this. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I don't know if I've solved enough puzzles in Lucent Waters where I'm going to start to see the puzzle radar appear. Connect all dark cells. Be nice, but I don't think we're there yet. Nope. Is it in the water here? It's over here. I do hear another one. Sounds like it's just right over here somewhere. Oh, I was standing on it. No, I wonder where this angle's gonna go. Right in there. Now I've entered this Autumn Falls, and I know for sure we don't have all of the enough puzzles to get a puzzle radar here. We got something in this vein where we... Okay, fine. Let's get the yellow set up, then let's get the blue, and then let's get the green actually. Hold on. And that. There we go. I saw a matchbox up here I can grab. Just a little too easy. Okay. Oh dear, touch all 5. Where's the 5th one? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, there it is, it's underneath this. So I think 1, 2, 3. Oh no, how am I gonna get those? Hold on. Oh, stuck. This game really is, these are terrible. This terrible blow-ups. Like, I'm not asking for them to be easy, I'm just asking for the movement to feel good. Like, it should feel very fluid. Like, if you're doing this correctly, you should feel like you have a very fluid sense of where you're flying. And this is very clunky. This is extremely clunky. I cannot imagine a clunkier movement system to do this type of puzzle. And I've been playing this game for a couple hundred hours now. I'm doing this, you know, as I do every puzzle in the game, basically. I've done the full game, I'm just kind of 100%ing for fun. You would think my movement should be good enough in this game that if I'm struggling with a flow orb, it's because of some other challenge, not because I need to get good. So if the response here is get good at flow orbs, well, no, I am going to be good at the movement in this game. It's just that the movement is not good enough for this type of puzzle. Right? Like, if a couple hundred hours in this game is not enough for you to figure out how to do this puzzle, yeah, that last piece is just genuinely not fun. I mean, I've played the game now enough to where I've changed my opinion on flow orbs. Something is knocking me down, under. Like, I'm at a high enough level and I drop very suddenly when I hit something. And that is really not cool. I've played the game enough that I should be able to do... Yeah, now I get stuck on that. When I first started this game, I had flow orbs kind of a middle of the road. Like, it's alright, they're not my favorite, but they're okay. Having played now for the 100% level, I'm putting flow orbs really close to the bottom, because I've played enough to be completely just burned out on them. They're just not good. They just get worse the more I do of them. Like, again, like, I've done this movement enough in this game, I know how to get where I'm going. So the flow orbs aren't testing whether I know how to do the movement, but whether I'm able to get around the really clunky movement the game has. And again, I don't want to say the movement in the game is bad. It's good for everything else. It's just terrible for flow orbs. There we go. That's the spot I want to be. Oh. Okay. Not too bad. Hey, level up. Also, edges of certitude? Do I get that? That's going to be markings. Edges of certitude. Barely tell. Oh, also level up. Sparks is fine. I'll take sparks. Dark regions of area 2. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, I guess that's that. Let's head to the congruency puzzles as well, because that's another set I haven't completed. There's an archway here, I guess. And a good old logic grid. Well, those can't connect. Don't make... Okay, so we gotta make one long continuous snake of dark cells. Which means... we could do this, right? Because if we don't, we have dead ends in here. So we could say, just make sure we don't connect these to anywhere else. But what would that mean? I think it would mean something like this happening. Ah! No, it wouldn't mean that. Hold on. B... Well, think how B's got to get to the A. It can't go around the top. It can't go through here, because then how's the A going to get around? So I think the B has to go all the way Actually, the B might have to go all the way here. And then the A just has to make sure... Yeah, we just do it like this. Okay, so we do have the dead ends there. Interesting. That's a cool one. Wonder how many more of these we've got to go. About 30. Neat. All light areas have same shape and size. That should be it. These cannot be connected. Hold on. Dark areas have same shape and size, but just the dark areas. Uh-huh. That means these have to be like so. That's got to be there. That's got to be... I think they all have to be squares. Oh my goodness, that does put a little bit of a thing on these two, but then after that, we're fine. That's fine. Yeah, we're good. Interesting. Exactly one symbol per light area. Connect dark cells exactly. No two light have the same shape and size. So we have our tetrominoes. So where's the O going to be, or the I? This can't be the I. This can't be the I or the O. So O and I are going to be in here somewhere. Connecting dark cells. Connecting dark cells. This could be the L here. This could be the S. This could be the T. This could be an L, T. Is there any way this is dark? No, because then there's nowhere for this to go. So that's a light cell here. So this, or that. Is there any way... T, L, S... Yeah, I don't know which ones. If this was a light cell, though, we would have to have a T there, so I think that solves. So this isn't a T, this is an L or an S. If this is a light cell, yeah, I have to connect all the dark cells, so this can't be a light cell. So this is our L. That much is settled. So the O is one of these two. This can't be the I as well. So O and I are going to be here because the dark cells have to escape. This can't be the L. So this has to be a light cell. And this has to be the T. So this has to be the Z. This has to be the O, and this has to be the I. Dark areas have same shape and size. They all have region size of 4. This can only move one cell that way, so actually they all have to be L shapes. L shapes. This is an L shape, that's an L shape. The only way is here. That's the only way to do that one. Let's see. This can't be where the L shape goes, either here, or there, or here. So I think this... No, that one might not be. This has to actually be the L shape here. It's the only way to do it. Alright, cool. Overthinking that one. Connect all light cells. No two dark areas have same shape and size. All dark regions of area 4. So how do we get the tetrominoes here? Well, first of all, these cannot connect. That would overload the 2. So this can't be an O shape. There's no way to do it. This can't be an I shape. So this is either a T shape. Is there a way to make this a Z? This is a Z shape, or it's an L shape? How do I make this the L shape? This would be how you make the L shape, and that's connected to there. Yeah, this is not the L shape. This is the T or the Z. Here, we can't connect all the way down there. But we can... To make this 4, to C4, we have to have it like this. T shape can be there. L shape, it would have to be the corner piece, and it can't because it can't extend far enough. To make a Z will never have the 4. So I think the T shape is forced here. Which means this has to be L, Z, or... How is this going to be anything but the T? let's go back to here. So we know these can't connect. So to make a 2 piece, obviously an I is not going to work, an O is not going to work, and a Z is... Z could work. Z is what that's got to be. So I think that is the only way. Because it has to see just one direction, can't see any other direction. So that is the Z. Connect all light cells. Connect all light cells. So I think we have our L piece here. So we can make our T piece here and our O piece there. There we go. That's cool. Cool puzzle. No 2 dark areas the same shape and size. They all have region size of 5. Oh boy. This one has to be the Y piece. I think that's what that one's called. That can connect there if we would like. This can connect here. This just can't connect down this way. So if this were a dark cell, we would be stuck. So we do in fact have the L piece here. That means this has to be... These have to connect. This can't be here. So this is either the S piece or the C piece. This can't connect this direction, so it does have to go up at least once. We could be doing this. We could be doing this. There we go. Those are all different. Dark areas have same shape and size. They're all C pieces, so this is a C piece here. These... I think this has to be like so. There's no way to do it any other way. I think if we went this way, we'd be in trouble. So I think we definitely bring this around. Like so. This seems to be working out for me pretty well. No, this... Hold on. This way. Yeah. Interesting. Missing any down there? Nope, we've got a few more. These are all on the easier side. No star puzzles here. Those cannot connect. Connect light cells. New 2 dark areas the same shape and size. All dark regions have area 4. The only way to make the 4 here is this has to be the O piece. This has to go at least that far. It can be L or I. Oh, connect all light cells. So L or I. This has to come down. This has to come down. That's the L, so this is the I. This is the Z, and that makes up the T. And we're good. Nice. Dark areas have same shape and size. It has to be at least 2. Now they all have to be at least elbows. Light areas have the same shape and size. Light pieces have to be elbows. If I did this... What if I just did this? Well, I'd have to make this piece. We'd be in trouble. Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think they all just have to be elbows, which means like this. Yeah, we just have an elbow pattern. Dark areas of same shape and size. They're all L's. Okay. Well, that's done. It can't be here, because then how do you make the L shape? You'd run out of space there. So the L has to come down. L's got to come in through here, and then here as well. Like this. Alright, interesting. So how many does that bring us to? 117 out of 136? So I think that was 10 puzzles in there. That's a pretty good amount. We've done that one, apparently. Connect dark cells. Anything else? Those have to be light because same amount here. They both have to be there. Just 1. 2 are in there. 2. One of them's here. One of them... Oh, I've already seen that one. We do have to come down through here at some point. we have to connect all dark cells. So we have to bring up cells through here. We have to bring ourselves through here. 2. That's got to be that. We do have to bring it here. That's going to be here. And that's that. Interesting. And let's end with everyone's favorite, which is a phasic dial. Okay, let's start by getting that red out of the way. Then let's get the green. Oh, we already have the green. Let's get the blue and then get the yellow. That was an easy one. All right, that was that. Now let's take a break here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've been KeoW, you've been whoever you are, and the normal sort of goodbyes and stuff. See you around.